Today I'm going to be driving many cars, starting with the slowest road cars in Gran Turismo with less than 100 brake horsepower and progressing right the way through to the fastest and barely legal road cars in the game with over 1,000 brake horsepower. So here we are with our first car, which is in the under 100 brake horsepower category and is the Fiat 500 from 1968. But before we get into this car, let me just explain to you where we are and a little bit about the track. We're here at Bathurst, Australia. If Monaco and Monza had a baby. So you've got big long straights like this one we're about to go down to, and then you've got lots and lots of walls. Very treacherous, unforgiving walls. And for me, this is one of the most fantastic and one of the last, pure tracks in the world. So I thought it'd be a perfect place to have our little experiment today. Right, this could be quite scary, but we've got to set the fastest lap possible, so keep it flat. Over 4 minutes now. I don't think we're even going to do this under 5 minutes. Here we go, coming out the final corner. For one lap, our first lap of Bathurst, Mount Panorama. 56, 57, 58, 59. 5 minutes, 1 second, 0.251. Do you know what? For me, that's an okay car. That's a pretty cool car. Let's go mid-tier to start this one off. Right, here we go. Welcome to our second car. This is the Fiat 500, but the Abarth. 133 brake horsepower, so we're in the we've done the one under 100 with the 16 brake horsepower Fiat 500 from 1968. We've upgraded slightly now to the 133 brake horsepower Fiat 500 Abarth. So Abarth are like a tuning company, and they'll replace things like the suspension, all the components you need to go a bit quicker, even the engine. And they'll create this thing, the Fiat 500 Abarth, and sell it as a performance super mini. And it's really popular actually. It's a bit slidey because you're on the Comfort soft tyres, but we're looking at 90 miles an hour here. I'm even having to lift as we come over the crest. Get back on it here, see how it handles. Going over skyline. Whoa. Bit stiffer, but still very slidey. 2.5 minutes gone now. We've got one more corner to go. Will we get here before the 3-minute barrier? Slam on the anchors. Get on the power. Go. 51, 52. Two minute 57.533 for the Fiat 500 Abarth. I think this is quite a cool little car. Anything that's a little bit performance focused, a little bit more tuned, and I think it's quite good looking. So A for the Fiat 500 Abarth. We wanted a bit more power. And we've got it. This is one of my personal favourites. The Renault Clio V6. Oh, what a machine this thing is. This is basically a Clio on steroids. My first car ever was a Renault Clio, the same generation as this, but a 1.2 litre 16 valve. I think it was a Diamonique actually. I believe that was the trim. This is a 3 litre V6 with 24 valves. And it's an absolute monster. I love how this thing looks. So this has got 229 brake horsepower. So it's in our under 300 brake horsepower category. Just eating the mountain up here. Oh, much stiffer than the other two, but it's almost like you can slide it around a little bit more. Still on those comfort softs. Oh, I wonder what it's going to be like here coming over the hill. Let's just be careful. We've almost stuck it in the wall the last 2 attempts around here. So we've got a 3-minute to beat. I think we're going to do that in this thing. I don't know by how much though. That's going to be interesting. Come on. 3 litre inline 6 has already propelled us past 130. Yep, 130. What's it going to go up to? Will we get 150? I'm not sure. 3, 4. No, I think we're going to run out. I need to brake. 146. I need to brake. Oh. Full beans on the way out. Let's go. 100, 240 maybe. Just over. 2 minute 40.723. I love this thing. Super wide. It's got a V6 in it. It's the Super Mini. Yes. A+ for the Clio V6. Welcome to another favourite of mine. And I think many of yours as well. This is the 1997 Toyota Supra RZ. Made famous... Made famous from, well, the early Gran Turismos that many of us would have played, but also the Fast and the Furious films before they got just a little bit too ridiculous. Had a V6 in the Clio, straight 6 in this thing, producing 325 brake horsepower. Now this is a different car from the ones that we've had before. This is very much a saloon type car and it feels it's heavier. We've had the Fiat 500. Well, that didn't really feel like anything. Felt like a bit of a boat, to be honest. A slow moving boat. Then we had the Fiat 500, which was more of a wasp. Then we had quite a nice feeling car, to be honest, in the Clio V6. And then I can definitely feel the difference here. Going to be quite close, I think, in terms of times at this point. It feels that way. We didn't quite break 150 last time out. Let's see if we can do it here. 140. I think we're going to do it this time. 150, yes. Right, I'm going to have to brake very early because I don't think this thing's going to stop. Slight bit of oversteer there. Keep it out of the wall. Go. 230, 231. 232.871. I'm torn here. A+. I mean, it's a bit of a cult hero in Gran Turismo. A+ for the Supra. Okay, we're into the 400 brake horsepower category now. And we have a beauty. This is the BMW M3 from 2007. Now this, for me, is probably the best M3 ever built. For one reason. Some of you may know this already. This has got a 4 litre V8 in it. 4 litre V8 in this thing. Which gives it 415 brake horsepower. I love this thing. We're already coming up and over the hill here at Skyline. Let's go, let's get this thing slowed down nice and gentle. It's just got so much grunt, so you can come out of corners in a higher gear. Try and slow that wheel spin down. Let's give it some beans out here. Yes. Come on, come on, come on. What's it going to be? 127.842. Oh. Another great car here. Oh, the M3. Is it as cool as the V6 and the Supra? Probably not, but I still like it quite a lot because of its engine, because of its heart. A for the BMW M3. Okay, here we go. This is a car many of you will be familiar with. This is the familiar sound of the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. The modern day track monster. 4 litre, 6 cylinders, kicking out 517 brake horsepower. This thing can do the Nürburgring Nordschleife in under 7 minutes. Under 7 minutes. It even has DRS. The only problem for me is if you want to buy one, to get on the list, you have to buy 2 electric Taycans, which makes this infinitely uncool, in my humble opinion. But as a machine, this thing is an absolute masterpiece. Let's go. DRS open. Let's go. My word. 150. 160. We're going to do 170. 175. This thing is like a race car. My word. 210. 211. 12. 2 minutes 14. 508 for the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. So if we're going on car alone, it would be up here. A+. Proper race car for the road. However, you know that anybody driving this has either 1, paid way over list for it, or 2, when they park it at home, they're parking it next to not 1, but 2 Taycans that they would have had to buy and lost a load of money on to even get access to this thing. So, for me, I'm going D. I'm going D for the 911 GT3 RS. Right, time for the 600 brake horsepower category now. And in my possession at the moment is an absolute brute. We've gone from sort of like quick finessing road car, or basically a race car, to very much just absolute power. This thing has got 631 brake horsepower from its 6.5 litre V12. The only problem is it weighs almost 2 tons. Right, 180 miles an hour. Is this going to break it? Yep, 180. I daren't go to 190. We need to get off the power and we need to try and slow down here. Almost 190 miles an hour and I still almost go off. This thing's an absolute animal. 2:14.5 to beat. I mean, it's going to be closer than I thought, but it just doesn't quite have the finesse. But my word, this has got a special place in my heart though. This was the 600 horsepower Lamborghini Murcielago. Cool car, but is it as cool as the others? Yeah, it is pretty cool, isn't it? I'm going A+ for the Murcielago, I think. Poster car is one that we had on our walls as children. 6.5 litre V12. Yeah. Welcome to the 700 brake horsepower category and the successor to the car we were just in. This is the Lamborghini Aventador SV. So SV stands for Super Veloce, which is the high performance version of the Aventador, as if it wasn't high performance enough. This thing's got another 6.5 litre V12, but it kicks out 739 brake horsepower, which means it goes like absolute stink. But it's still very, very heavy. Whilst it turns better than the Murcielago, it doesn't turn that much better. So you've got to be super, super careful here as we come up the mountain. These walls are getting closer every car I'm in. It's an absolute animal, this thing. 1.5 minutes gone. Is this thing going to break 200 miles an hour? I think it might. Let's get there and then it'll be time to slow down, I think. 200. Right. Let's start slowing down now, shall we? That's the thing about this track and this final corner. It's got a kink in it. And when you've got something this heavy going that fast, it doesn't want to change direction. Right. 2 minutes coming up. We might do this, you know. Get it stopped, get it turned, get it straight. On the power, 203, 204, 205. Is this a new record? Yes, it is. A 209.702. I actually don't think this version of it is that cool. Without the wings and all the sorts of stuff on it, I think it's cool. But the SV one, I'm going to go B. So, the Porsche 918 Spider is our representative from the 800 horsepower class. And this is our first plug-in hybrid. Plug-in hybrid supercar. This, as I say, is the Porsche 918 Spider, one of the holy trinity of hypercars with the McLaren P1 and the Ferrari LaFerrari. I could never pick which one was my favourite. But this thing is crazy. So this has got a naturally aspirated 4.6 litre V8 engine that is complemented by 2 electric motors that give a combined amount of power of 874 brake horsepower. Absolutely crazy. And also, fun fact for you, that I could technically do this lap on all electric. It's got 12 miles of range. So in fact I could do a couple of laps, to be honest, in this thing in just electric if I wanted to. But we won't do that, because speed is the name of the game here. I'm interested to see. It actually handles better than the SV, to be honest, which I'm actually quite surprised with. I thought it'd be more road car-y. But let's see how quick this thing is. This thing's going to be a monster in a straight line. The Aventador SV went 200 miles an hour. Will this get there? It's got off to a good start. This is going to break 200 too. Yep. Now we're going to slowly go down. These aren't on super sticky race tyres, so we've got to be careful. Is this going to beat the time? Oh, big old power slide out of there of the Aventador. Let's get it slowed down. 2 minutes now. Oh. Get it in a straight line and go. It's going to be close. 205, 206, 207, 208. 208.738 from our 800 horsepower representative. Cool car. Holy trinity of hypercars. Massively new technology. But I still, you know, the GT3 RS stuff drags it down to C. What's next? Let me tell you what's next. This is the McLaren P1 GTR. This is a hypercar version of a hypercar. One of the holy trinity that I spoke to you about when we did the last lap. This is like an insane version of a P1 that's been dumbed down to actually be road legal, and it's only available to people to buy if you have a P1. So you need 2 P1s. Completely unnecessary. So this thing, 3.8 litre twin turbo V8, light as you like, stiff as you like, 986 brake horsepower. So not quite at the 1000 mark. But we're going to force it open. 201. Oh my word. 210, 212 miles an hour. But then it stops. This is going to be quick. It's actually stopped too early for us here. Be careful through here. Some more DRS. Yep. 208 is the time to beat. We're going to eat this thing alive. Right, let's go. Power down. DRS open. 2 minutes. Dead. Wow. It's a bit unnecessary. I don't know if you'd look a bit crazy driving this down the street. I'm going to go A, I think. Okay, so here is the car that we've got to try and beat the McLaren P1 GTR. This is the representative of the over 1,000 brake horsepower category. The Aston Martin Valkyrie. I think this thing's got about 1,100 brake horsepower actually, so well over 1,000 brake horsepower. This thing is the Adrian Newey designed, 2.3 million, full carbon fibre, barely road legal. It's almost not even a car. It's like a race car. It's not even a road car. It can't be. I'm amazed. I don't know what hoops they ran through to get this thing road legal, but listen to it. Third gear. Oh, it's almost putting me in the wall here. 0 to 60, of course, in under 3 seconds. Of course. Top speed over 200 miles an hour. But what's so special is just how light this thing is with all the weight it's got. "16, 17, brake!" It stopped. My word. This is going to be close as well. The McLaren did it in 2 minutes flat. 2 minutes 0.5 to be exact. This is going to be so close. 49, 50. I think we're going to do it. 52, 53. A 1 minute 56 for the Aston Martin Valkyrie. I don't need to rank this thing. This is by far the coolest car on this list. This is without doubt an engineering marvel. I love it. I've heard it in real life. I've seen it in real life. It's got real road presence and track presence. It's an S all day for the Aston Martin Valkyrie. If you've reached this point, 1, thank you, and 2, make sure to check out the link video here, as I know if you like this one, you'll love that one as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.